Well, that was a fun match, and it's good to see you, and thank you for taking the time to do this.
Of course, thank you for having me.
I think the first question I have to ask you is, where do you think you're going?
Oh gosh.
That's really become a thing. Do people say that to you all the time?
All the time, everywhere I go, everything I post online, somebody replies with, "Where do you think you're going?"
So I know it's being the elite, but who came up with this idea?
The Young Bucks. We were just down in Mexico, and they were like, "Hey, you want to be in a video?" And I was like, "Okay, what am I doing?" And then they like kind of just tied in me signing with Ring of Honor into it, and that's how the whole thing really came about.
So it's a harmful rib, though.
Yeah.
I think your career has taken a really interesting trajectory. I mean, you're, 2.5-ish years into doing this, right?
Yeah, in May will be 3.
Yeah, so 2.5 years. It's January right now. You're traveling the world. You're in Ring of Honor. This has all happened very quickly. How do you feel about how this has all come together?
It's happened quickly, but it's sink or swim, and I just want to be successful, and I love professional wrestling. And so I just work my ass off. So
there's a lot of guys on indie cards all over the country that are 2.5 years into this, and the furthest they've traveled to work a show is 40 miles up the road. When did you kind of know that you had the momentum to be where you're at right now?
I just kept trying to get out as far as I could. I wanted to travel. I know some guys, they don't want to travel unless they have like a car of 3 or 4 guys.
Sure.
And I would always just drive by myself. I remember I had to be at work on a Monday and I was in Pennsylvania on a Sunday. And I literally drove straight to go to my desk job.
Oh, geez.
And it was worth it though, and I loved it.
What's a Flip Gordon desk job look like?
Computers, it was boring. I've almost been a year without a job, wrestling.
Just wrestling
is
full
my
time.
job,
Wow.
so.
Did you have to make a decision all right, I'm going to quit this and we're going full force here into wrestling?
Yeah, I mean, I started seeing that it was paying the bills, and I was like, okay, why am I going to this other job when I make more at this job? Yeah. And I actually put in my 2-week notice before I even got contacted by Ring of Honor.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, it just I had already just made up my mind, determined that I wanted to leave and pursue professional wrestling full time.
Did Ring of Honor reach out to you hey, we want to audition you, or hey, we want to sign you?
It was sign me.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
And then from there, they say it's interesting. They said on their website they exclusively signed you, but here we are talking at an indie show. So how exactly does that contract work?
I think they mean TV exclusive,
Okay.
meaning I can't go work for WWE,
Sure.
TNA, Lucha Underground, or anything on TV.
Yet, although you posted a tweet this week that made it seem like, let me read it here, next year, capital NXT, will be even better. He's trolling us?
Just trolling. People, I saw a tweet going around there telling people to congratulate me on stuff. And so I saw that they were trying to troll me, and I just saw the perfect opportunity to troll everybody else, so I took it.
Although there still is 359 days left in this year, so no?
I don't know.
Anything could happen?
It's wrestling.
It is wrestling, which often means, maybe.
Never know.
Do you think, with everything that's going on with being the elite, that we might see you in the Bullet Club?
I don't know. I tried. Kenny and Cody didn't want me in there, so if the Bucks can convince them, then sure.
Whose actual decision is it? Because is it New Japan that makes the decision?
I think it's Kenny.
Oh,
He's
really?
the leader. It's up to
Okay.
him. He has the final say.
Oh, wow. Okay, so we just got to get on Kenny to bring you into it.
I guess.
Until then, you'll just be the butt of harmful ribs?
That's what they say.
Where will we see you wrestling next?
Oh, gosh. I'm going back to PCW over in LA.
Okay.
Great company. And then back in Nashville, Tennessee for Ring of Honor.
And when's your next Ring of Honor show?
Nashville.
Okay, I don't know. It all runs
I don't know the
together.
date right
I'm
off
sure.
the top of my head.
It all runs together for you, I'm sure. When you go out here, like a match you had tonight with Matt Cross, which was great, by the way.
Thank you.
How much time do you guys put into talking about it, or when you got into the ring with someone as experienced as that, and you guys can both work so well together, do you just kind of call it in the ring?
There's more that's called just in the ring. That's definitely for sure.
So you had the finish planned out, but everything else just kind of as you went?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. Me and him have worked together once before for Beyond Wrestling, so we haven't we actually shared the ring before, so it wasn't too hard.
Matt said that was a year and a half ago or something, though.
Yeah.
What do you think? Because you've been, you're obviously a very different wrestler now than you were back then.
Oh, 100%.
What's been the biggest change for you, the biggest thing you've learned since getting into this?
I think attitude and comfortability, being in front of an audience and in a ring.
Attitude in terms of being out in front of the curtain or behind the curtain too?
Out in front of the people, like attitude, confidence.
Like if we watch one of your old matches versus a match like from today, what will we see different as a viewer?
Probably more charisma, more attitude.
Yeah. Is it like, the yelling at the crowd, like getting everyone
More
into it?
believability.
Okay. Where do you think, or what do you think you need to?
Where do you think you're going? You were gonna say it.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you were.
I'm not.
Don't lie.
I was gonna say, where do you think you're headed
Okay.
for the remainder of this year?
I think the sky's the limit. I'd love to go to New Japan. I'd love to be in Best of Super Juniors. That's definitely a goal of mine. It's something I set. I wanted to go to Japan before my 3-year mark. So,
and
it's still possible.
You said it in another interview that every kid dreams of having a WrestleMania match or going to WrestleMania. Is that still like the end goal?
I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, family comes first, and whatever's best for me and my family is what I'm gonna do.
I mean, you've got it pretty good right now. You're a very well-known name in Ring of Honor, but if NXT came calling, I'm sure you'd be like, yeah, that sounds pretty good. Maybe I'll send a real tweet about that.
You never know.
All right. Well, that seems to be the answer a lot. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's
so
good to
much,
see
man.
you.
Appreciate it.
I'm not going to do it. I'm not.
What if I do it? I'm just kidding.